Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Sandy, could we have a roll call, please?
Councilmember Shippers.
Here.
Allenboss.
Here.
Ingalls. King.
Yes.
Mayor Folkins.
Here. Okay, this evening we do need an approval of the agenda, and it is being amended this evening, so if someone would like to make that motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as amended, to add a closed session to discuss a written confidential legal opinion with the city attorney.
Support.
Councilmember Allenboss.
Yes.
Ingalls. King.
Yes.
Shippers.
Yes.
Mayor Folkins.
Yes, motion carries. This time we'll open the floor for our first public comment. We do ask if you come forward that you state your first name, and then if you would write your name and your address for the clerk, that would be very much appreciated. And if you would keep your comments to 3 minutes or less.
My name is John Taylor. I live at 2522 East Shore Drive in Portage, Michigan. Just wanted to thank you guys again. I'm enjoying your town. I've spent the last couple days here getting to know the property. I'm submitting an application for those that weren't here, I'm submitting an application for a medical marijuana facility. I was at your previous meeting. I wanted to just briefly touch a little bit about our company. We pay a living wage to all of our employees. We feel very strongly on that. We also feel very strongly in rehabbing and repurposing old buildings. We took a building in Kalamazoo County that was on the tax foreclosure. We invested over $3.5 million in it and provided over 60 good-paying jobs in Kalamazoo. And we like to do the same thing here in Cadillac. So look forward to meeting you guys and getting to know more of you as go by, and submitting an application on February 28th. Thank you.
Good evening. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Corey Wiggins. I'm your current Chief Assistant Prosecuting Attorney. As you've probably learned, this year is an election year, and one of the offices that's open for election is the prosecutor's office. I wanted to let you know that I have thrown my hat into that ring, as Mr. Elmore, our current prosecutor, is running for a circuit court judge. So, with that said, I don't want to take up any more of your time. I just wanted to let you know that that was happening, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Thanks.
Thank you, Corey. Okay, seeing no one else, we'll close public comment and move to the approval of the consent agenda. And this evening, we do have the minutes from our regular meeting that was held on January 21st.
I'll go ahead and make the motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Do we have a support?
Support.
Councilmember Ingalls. King.
Yes.
Shippers.
Yes.
Allenboss.
Yes.
Mayor Folkins.
Yes, motion carries. Okay, at this time, it takes us to a public hearing that we have this evening. And if Marcus, you would like to step that off?
Yes, good evening, Mayor and members of the City Council. This evening, we have a public hearing. This is regarding an adjustment to an ordinance that would allow for more time for construction regarding the complete renovation of the Maple Hill Apartments. Craig Patterson from WODA is here, the developer, to provide a slideshow, and our city clerk is getting that on the screen as we speak. This will summarize where we're at. Shows some of the investment.
Good evening, Council, Mayor. Craig Patterson, 115 North Huron, Mackinac City, Maple Hill. You all familiar up on Pearl. It's an investment of $3.1 million plus 24 units that we're going to gut rehab. One of the things, let's see, where do I point?
Over there.
Okay.
There you go.
One of the things we wanted to show you is what we found in 2016 when we visited the site. Many of you are familiar. This is an elevation before we started work. This is hard to see. This is an elevation that is not the most updated, but it is close to what we're experiencing now. You notice the snow. This building 211 has now been completely sided, and it has gray color siding on it, along with white trimmed out windows. It looks really quite handsome. And in the future, when the snow goes away, we'll all go up and we'll take a look. This is before interior. This is a typical kitchen. And you can see the old cabinets. This is, oh, whoa, this moves. The old cabinets, and you can also see appliances will be, let's see, what am I doing wrong here? And this is a new interior with the improved cabinets, new countertops, totally new flooring, and new sinks, and that's just the kitchen. This is what the hallways now look like. This is building 211, new flooring, and those staircases look a lot more appealing than they currently look in some of the buildings that we have not totally renovated. As I mentioned last time, the pilot is absolutely essential. We got scoring points for the pilot, but because the pilot was written in such a way that we had to be finished with the development in order to keep the pilot alive, what we're asking for tonight is an extension of the pilot. I mentioned last time that I thought we would be finished sometime in June. I was corrected by our field supervisors, said the latest will be May. So they're hustling to bring it to a close. All of our tenants have been either cared for in the sense they've been put in other units on site while we renovated their units, or they've been relocated off-site at our expense, and to maintain within the school district so that their children or their grandchildren can continue to go to the schools. With that, I will answer any questions.
Just for clarification for the city council, at the last meeting, we had, I think, proposed 52 or 54 months. We decided to just bump it and round it up to 60, which should more than cover the time frame that the Water Group is looking at. City staff is still fully supportive of moving this forward and granting the extension. As you can see, they are investing a significant amount of money in the community and within that development. So.
Okay. Okay, at this time, we'll open the floor for public comment as it relates to this public hearing. Seeing no one, we'll close public comment and turn to discussion of the council if there's any questions or discussion. And if not, if someone would like to make a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution to adopt ordinance to amend section 12-84 of City Code regarding duration of the Maple Hill Apartment service charge in lieu of taxes.
Support.
Councilmember King,
Yes.
Shippers,
Yes.
Ellenboss,
Yes.
Ingalls, Mayor Folkins.
Motion carries.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Keep going, it looks good.
Yeah, thank you.
Look forward to visiting too.
I'll keep you updated.
Okay. All right. This evening, we do have one appointment. Sandy, would you like to handle that?
Sure. It's being recommended to approve the reappointment of John Eel to the Cadillac Historic Districts Commission for a 3-year term to expire on February 6, 2023.
I'll go ahead and make the
Thank
motion
you.
to approve the reappointment of John Eel to the Cadillac Historic Districts Commission for a 3-year term to expire on February 6, 2023.
Support.
Councilmember Shippers,
Yes.
Ellenboss,
Yes.
Ingalls, King,
Yes.
Mayor Folkins.
Yes, motion carries. And that takes us to the city manager's report for this evening.
Thank you, Mayor and members of the City Council. The first item under the manager's report is a request for a compensation change from the Cadillac Housing Commission. Just for quick background, the Cadillac Housing Commission, by way of the ordinance that established the commission, requires that the city approve these types of requests. Understand that the funding of the Housing Commission and the request itself is something that's not under our actual control or authority. These are not city funds that are used to pay for their operational expenses. The Housing Commission, as you'll see in your packet, did unanimously support a 3% wage adjustment to all staff except for the newly hired maintenance technician, and have made this effective January 1st. So the approval this evening would be a retroactive approval accordingly.
Wonder why Scott Howell didn't. Is he, because he's new, he's on a different pay?
Well, probably, they probably, I don't know, I'm guessing that they probably
Mary's
started
here.
them ahead.
There's somebody here from the Housing Commission.
Yes, he was just hired in December, and so his excuse me. Scott was just hired in December, so his 6-month review won't be up for a while, and then we'll adjust his wages at that point.
Cool.
Okay?
Okay,
I'll make a motion to approve the compensation change request from the Cadillac Housing Commission as presented.
Support.
Councilmember Ellenboss?
Yes.
Ingalls? King?
Yes.
Shippers?
Yes.
Mayor Folkins?
yes, motion carries.
Thank you, Mayor and members of the City Council. The next request is regarding a purchase for a stand-on leaf blower. We did issue bids. We received 2. The lowest bid for the blower is for $9,351. That is to Ellen's Equipment out of McBain, Michigan. The recommendation this evening is to award that to Ellen's Equipment out of McBain in that amount. The purpose of the leaf blower will be to assist specifically with spring and fall cleanup activities at the Maple Hill Cemetery, but also throughout our city park system. This blower, and our finance director can give a little more information if necessary, but I understand it's a zero-turn type unit, which will allow the city to get into tighter spaces and maneuver in areas where the blower that we have right now that looks like a jet engine, frankly, is not as effective. So funds are available in our city cemetery operating fund and parks department of our general fund.
Will we continue to use the current leaf blower as well?
Yeah,
So we're adding to our fleet, if you will?
Yep,
Okay,
different applications, and we'll really make it especially more efficient at the cemetery, for
Great.
sure.
Is this the first time we've used perpetual fund money, Owen?
No,
It's
no.
very rarely tapped, isn't it?
We do typically for capital, like we used it for the last time we bought a tractor up there and the last time we bought a truck.
Okay.
So it's mainly for the high dollar capital items.
Well, I'm very familiar with the unit. I talked to the salesman before. I've seen it. It's badly needed, no doubt about it. But we still, like Carla said, we still need the regular leaf blowers. I hope the purchase of it people don't think that you're going to be able to do the entire cemetery with just that. It's going to be a big plus, but you're not going to be able to do it with just that. It's a nice unit. It's well worth it, badly needed.
Good. Make the motion.
Oh, you're on. Make a motion to award the purchase of one stand-on leaf blower to Ellen's Equipment in the amount of $9,351.
Support.
Councilmember Ingalls? King?
Yes.
Shippers?
Yes.
Ellenboss?
Yes.
Mayor Folkins?
yes, motion carries.
The last item under the city manager's report this evening is an out-of-state travel request. This is for our Public Works Operations Manager, Ken Payne, to travel to Ohio for the North American Snow Conference. The trip would take place during April 18th through the 22nd. Cost, we don't believe, any more than $2,000. We do have funds available in our stores and garage fund. And certainly this keeps him up to speed with the latest and greatest ways of combating snow and ice, and would recommend approval.
I'll make a motion let's see, to approve the out-of-state travel request for Ken Payne, DPW Operations Manager, as presented.
Support.
Councilmember King,
Yes.
Shippers,
Yes.
Allenboss,
Yes.
Ingalls, Mayor Folkins.
Yes, motion carries. This time, we'll open the floor for our last public comment this evening. The rules are the same as the first. Seeing no one, we'll close public comment and move to good of the order.
I have something. The Cadillac Mayor's Youth Council is thriving. We've gained 2 new members recently, which brings us up to 7, 8, something like that. And this is a group of high school age students who are really interested in making our community a good place to be. And one of the things that they're organizing as we speak is for February 15th from 3 to 5, 2 to 4. I gotta check. They are hosting a family skate outing in the Cadillac Commons by the fireplace and the skate rink there. The first 50 people who show up will get free hot cocoa. There will be more hot cocoa for sale after the first 50 who are there. We've put together a wonderful playlist of music that we're going to be piping there. It's a lot of family-friendly music that we're going to be putting on there. And we're going to have some wintry yard games also in the Commons. So if you aren't a skater, you can come and play some of the lawn games, except there'll be ice games or whatever in the Commons. So, and it's the good thing about our skating rink over there is that it's an artificial surface. So even if it's a day like today, where it's a little warm for skating, you can still skate in the park. So bring the family, grandma, grandpa, mom, dad, and the kids, and come on down on February 15th from 1 to 3 at the Cadillac Commons for the Youth Council skate party.
Are they putting out notification through CAPS to all of the classrooms?
They are,
Awesome.
and we've got a flyer that is going to go in businesses in the city. This is something that maybe our local paper could make a little notification on so that we get lots of families out. Each of the events that they do have been family-friendly things, and each time we've done something, it's grown. Like the first time we had a movie in the park that they sponsored, that they organized and got sponsors for. It was a smaller group, and each time we showed a movie down in the park, the groups grew and grew and grew. So
That was a hit.
yeah,
That was
so
very good.
I'm hoping this will be one too, because in the winter it's kind of chilly to sit around on a movie, but you could skate and then be by that wonderful fireplace and spend an afternoon with your family. Let's hope for sunshine.
Thank you, T.I. Anybody else?
Well, on the opposite end of the youth, the senior center, I'd like to say something nice about the job Diane Patterson does there on Chestnut Street. We're lucky to have her there. We're lucky to have the senior center. Healthy lunches at affordable prices, activities, and Diane makes it seem like a family. We're very lucky to have them there. She does a great job.
Cool. Thank you, Brian. All set? Okay, if there's nothing else, then we do need a motion to go into closed session this evening.
Motion to adjourn to closed session to discuss a written confidential legal opinion with the city attorney. Invite Adam Ojepka, Director of Public Safety.
Support?
Councilmember Shippers,
Yes.
Allenboss,
Yes.
Ingalls, King,
Yes.
Mayor Folkins.
Yes, motion carries.
Councilmember Allenboss,
Yes.
Ingalls, King,
Yes.
Shippers,
Yes.
Mayor Folkins.
Yes, motion carries. With that, we'll adjourn the meeting.
All right, everybody.
Thank you.
Remember that.